This is all happening pretty much in real time. So we're going to just see what's going on. We're going to pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. It happened at an event. It's just recently happened. So we're going to just look at what the live updates are.
Fox News contributor. Jason, you were there. I could hear how upset you are in your voice, and I think we all are feeling it. And I just, but you were there. So tell us what happened.
Yeah, that happened like 35 minutes ago. I was there. I was up kind of on the second level because I wanted to be in the shade, but our daughter was there, our son-in-law was there, my wife was there, friends. This is our community. And, there's 2,000 or so people. The Utah Valley University is our largest university, 40,000.
You can see that he's visibly shaken. You can see that it looks like he's been crying or he's about to cry. This is horrible news that Charlie Kirk has been shot. And this is Jason Chaffetz is going to be giving an update on, like, in real time what he saw, because he was actually in the crowd.
1,000 students and people came out to hear the dialogue, the back and forth. Ask him anything. That's what Turning Point and Charlie Kirk's all about. Ask him anything. First question was about religion. He went on for about 15, 20 minutes. Second question, interestingly, was about transgender shooters, mass shooters. And in the midst of that, the shot rang out. Now, I happen to be watching Charlie. I can't say I saw blood. I can't say I saw him get shot, but as soon as that shot went out, he fell back into his left, and everybody hit the deck. A lot of people started screaming.
So just to, I think to a degree, put people's mind at ease, as at this point, Charlie Kirk has not passed. He has been shot and he is in the hospital. I don't know what condition he's in, but, as I was hearing it, I just wanted to know if the worst had happened. And from what we know, he is at least in the hospital. We don't know what condition he's in.
And then everybody started running, as you might expect. Mm-hmm. There was some police presence, but there was no security check going in, which didn't happen. Charlie has some security in front of him, but you got the sense that the shot came kind of straight at him. And I don't think there would be many vantage points too far away because he was under an awning. It's a bright, sunny, beautiful summer, end of summer day in Utah. And I just hope and pray that somehow, some way he survives this.
Jason, we're just looking at the video of Charlie tossing hats. It's a gorgeous day, as you just said. Huge smile on his face, which is his usual composure. And he's getting up onto that stage. This is the kind of thing, and everyone can see it in the upper right-hand side of the screen right now, that he does. He brings a lot of energy, a lot of vitality, a lot of very astute conversation and analysis of the state of the country. And he climbed up on that stage like he always does and started taking questions. I just want to
And this is the thing with regardless of what you feel about somebody's political position, Charlie Kirk is one of those people that has the conversation. There are some conservative commentators that come across as quite mean-spirited, and you might think the same thing as Charlie, but it doesn't mean that anyone has the right to shoot him. He's there to have open discussions and just essentially just put his viewpoint forward. And we need more of this. This is exactly what we need. We need these discussions where, the listener can decide who's right, who's wrong, but both parties are having good faith conversations.
Give the full statement. It's a short statement, and I know we're going to hear more from President Trump as we get more information, but this is the full statement. He said, "We must all pray for Charlie Kirk, who has been shot. A great guy from top to bottom. God bless him." And President Trump knows what it's like to be shot at. He was the subject of 2 assassination attempts that were thankfully averted. One obviously hit his ear. And in this case, we're seeing something that looks much more serious, I think is fair to say at this point. as we wait for more information about how Charlie is doing. You know, so give us a sense of this space, Jason. Were there security checkpoints on the way in here? You know, what was it like in terms of who could get in?
So in that shot, I was standing to Charlie's, or off to the right. I wasn't right next to him. Like I said, I was up on the balcony. I had traded messages with Charlie prior to the event. When he announced he was coming, I was excited, told him we want to come see him. Then I sent him text saying, hey, hope I can see you afterwards. Our family loves Charlie. Wanted to see him again. Look, this is, classes are now back in session. Kids can come and go. I would say that it's, if I had to guess, 95% local students. Like I said, it's our state's largest university. There were some members that weren't students that were there, but very few. No security checkpoints. It's a very open campus. It's very much a commuter campus. Come on, Orem, Utah is one of the safest places on the planet. And so we just don't have these types of things. We don't have murders, let alone shootings, let alone something of this magnitude. And like I said, there was a light police presence. I'm sure, I hope, there were some undercover people. Charlie has his own a bit of security, but not to deal with, a couple thousand people that were there to see Charlie. They had microphone challenges because there were so many people, they couldn't get all the volume that they wanted. People are having a hard time hearing. But I think when this story is written, I don't think it was a coincidence that the shot rang out when you get a question about transgender mass shootings. That maybe, hopefully I'm wrong. I'll probably...
At this point, we don't really know what the motive is. We don't know who the shooter is. They do have a suspect in custody, but these things can unfold, and we shouldn't speculate. We should always wait until the full facts come out. But Jason Chaffetz is just he's talking it through in real time.
Criticized for jumping to conclusions, but I'm just telling you, in the 30 minutes or so, I thought, wow, I don't think that's a coincidence, but we'll see. So,
Jason, obviously there's a lot of images out there, a lot of video out there right now, but the university says that they have a suspect in custody. Did you have any sense of anyone in the crowd who was being taken down by people around this person? Anything of that?
Well, look, as soon as I saw Charlie go back, you realized that it was a shot. I've been shooting. I've been around guns enough to know that it was an actual shot. And immediately, I started thinking of our daughter and our son-in-law and my wife, who wasn't quite in the venue yet. So my attention, focused there and making sure they were okay and getting people out. It wasn't as if there was a whole bunch of gunfire. It was one shot. Which makes it,
and then it stopped. Yeah, obviously sound,
yes.
I'm sorry, you go ahead, but I mean, that's an assassination attempt. And it sounds from what you're saying that it was clearly aimed at Charlie Kirk and not, sort of a spraying in the crowd, thank God, of gunfire. It appears that this was a very targeted attempt on his life. And they did take someone into custody, though. So we're waiting for more information on that. Sometimes it can appear that, sometimes it's the right person, sometimes it isn't the right person. And we don't know the answer to that yet. Right, Jason?
No, we don't. But I can tell you, being there, seeing it within proximity, it seemed like it was a close shot. The venue is such that there's a 4-story building, which is the administrative building to the south. The other buildings around the side are not quite so high, but you could be on the second level and watch Charlie. The police had moved the people. There were some people that were above Charlie, so that awning that you're seeing there, there's a place to be there, but the police moved people out to the sides. And so you couldn't be right above where you were at. But if I had to guess, and again, it's still raw, but if I had to guess and give a police statement right here, right now, today, see where that water is? It looked to me like it was in close proximity.
It seemed like there were quite a few people there, and these are the type of things that happen that change the way that these things are done and the way that security is handled. It seems a shame that you can't just have a open discussion about maybe some political things or controversial things. We should be able to have these discussions, but it seems like either these things are going to have to be the security is going to have to be increased, or maybe these things won't happen anymore. But I pray and hope that they do continue to happen. We need to speak to each other.
He's straight ahead, right in that area.
Yeah, we're
if
looking at
I had to guess again.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, we are have a huge caveat on everything at this point, but we're just putting together what we can. And there's a group of people right in front of the stage. Then there's a bit of a gap. I think people can see this on this aerial shot here. I don't know if that was, equipment, or for some reason that area is cleared. But there's how many people would you say were in that crowd today, Jason?
So that kind of greenish spot you're looking at is water. There's just a water feature on what we call the quad, and it kind of graduates up so students can sit, and it's a great little sort of an amphitheater type thing where you can sit on the grass and look at whatever's going on down there. So again, I'm guessing 2,000 plus people. Charlie came out kind of right at noon local time, mountain time, throwing the hats, gearing up the crowd. They're having a little bit of a microphone problem, but they were chanting either USA or Charlie Kirk. And when they saw him backstage, they started chanting Charlie Kirk. They were really genuinely excited to see him. There were a few people. There was one gay pride flag there, but they were not disruptive. They were very respectful in every sense of the way. He came out and acknowledged them, said, hey, come down, be part of the discussion, which the crowd took really well. And that's the idea of Charlie Kirk, is that he'd answer things from anybody. And you can come stand. So there's that little grassy area, and there's security there, but you can come walk up there. They hand you a microphone, and you can ask and interact with Charlie. But the person who was asking the question, I don't think, again, if I had to guess, I don't think was the shooter. I think it happened behind that person.
We will definitely find out more as more information comes out, and I just pray that we don't get any bad news about Charlie Kirk himself. But we definitely need to understand what's happened here, what the motive was. How did we get to this place where we cannot gather together and just disagree and have good faith conversations?
But I just,
Can I ask you, Jason?
I'm still in shock that it happened.
Of course. We're all just processing this, and you were there with your family. Obviously, you're shaken up, but you're doing a great job of, keeping us informed on the lay of the land here and what happened. He was tossing hats that said 47 on them, obviously in support of President Trump. What hospital would be the hospital that he would be taken to, or anyone who's injured in that area would be taken to, Jason?
Well, fortunately, we have a really good hospital, Utah Valley University, Utah Valley Hospital. All the level 1 trauma situations, if I get the numbers right, the highest degree of trauma. We're not used to dealing with a lot of shootings here in Utah, quite frankly. But if you had to extract somebody and get them there, it's a matter of minutes away. I don't know how quickly they were able to do that, but there is a very, very good medical situation right there. And then, of course, there are other options, but the closest one is right there in Provo. This happened in Utah, in Orem, right at off of I-15. And like I said, it's a commuter campus. There's no on-campus living. There's very little of that. Most of these students commute, and
so that's what we know so far. So Charlie Kirk has been shot. He hasn't been killed, but he has been shot. He's been sent to a hospital, and this has just recently happened. So this is all the news, and I just wanted to at least get you the information that is currently available. Don't jump to any conclusions. It shouldn't be something that we just know what's happened, because it's still early days. But it's really sad news. I just hope that everyone will pray, regardless of what your political view is or what you think about Charlie Kirk's beliefs. This is not right. We shouldn't be shooting people because we disagree with them. But let's just see what happens. Let's continue to pray.